Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Vinitaly International Academy, announcing the 24th of our Italian Wine Ambassador courses to be held in London, Austria, and Hong Kong from the 27th to the 29th of July. Are you up for the challenge of this demanding course? Do you want to be the next Italian Wine Ambassador? Learn more and apply now at vinitalyinternational.com.
Welcome to another episode of On the Road Edition, hosted by Stevie Kim. Today, she is talking with Camilla Rossi-Chauvenet at her winery Masseria Cuturi, located in Manduria, Puglia. The estate is massive, and so are Camilla's aspirations for the future. Stay tuned as they talk about the traditions, food, wine, and the running of this amazing southern Italian property.
Ciao ragazzi. Welcome to Italian Wine Podcast. We are, of course, on the road. This is the special on the road edition in Puglia. And we're here with Masseria Cuturi. We've spent an entire day with Camilla, a friend of ours from Verona, actually. And right now we're going to taste some wines. We're going to taste two wines in particular, but Camilla Rossi-Chauvenet. What's the story with your name, first of all?
Camilla is my first name, and Rossi-Chauvenet, it's they two surnames. They come from France, so since a long time ago. And
so your family's origin is from France?
Yes, even if nobody's speaking French except me, because I've spent some times there. It's really difficult to spell it every day. I have to spell it in some occasions, but yeah, it's my name. So
Camilla, tell us a little bit about your wines from Masseria Cuturi. How many wines are there?
Yeah,
How many labels?
We produce 6 labels, so 6 different wines, 4 IGT and 2 DOC. The 4 IGT are mainly the Fiano Minutolo, Negramaro Rosé and Red, and Primitivo. And then we also have other 2 DOC, Primitivo, both of them, Hydro and Monte Diavoli, the ones that we are having now.
And why are your 4 wines IGT and not DOC?
I decided to produce 4 IGT to be much more free to valorize the variety themselves. And then to valorize the DOC as well, but with the traditional method.
So today we're going to try, these are new wines, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we going to taste today? There are 2 wines. First of all, I see that you have this label right here. You're completely organic.
Yes.
All of your wines are organic.
Yeah, absolutely. We are organic since 2008, so certified since we arrived here, because Masseria Cuturi has one block of 300 hectares.
Crazy.
And,
that's huge. We saw today that it is absolutely huge.
Is part of a nature reserve, so that's why it's a choice, but also it's kind of a way to respect the territory and the landscape, and of course it's a choice of lifestyle as well. So we are producing, for example, even other products that we are eating and offering in restaurants, like the pasta, olive oil, and so on. So it was kind of the unique choice to be organic, because with our guests we are walking around, and being organic has been the only way to be here.
So let me see what we're going to taste today. There are 2 wines, right? Hydro. What is Hydro, first of all?
In Masseria Cuturi, we have we are the unique farm that has 3 protagonists, let's say. Hydro, which is the longest river in Puglia, 8 kilometers, that is starting in these areas, so underneath the soil of Masseria, and is the water that is irrigating naturally our fields. Monte Diavoli, which is the unique peak of 117 meters on the sea level. We are in a completely flat area, so this peak was called Monte dei Diavoli, like the Devil's Mountain, because they weren't used to see this kind of little mountains, especially near by the sea, and so they probably thought that there could be some devils and some spirits in the mountain. So the Messapian population, there was a settlement here. So before the Romans, these people built up a kind of a temple to preserve the fire, the special fire inside, because it was kind of a special temple. That's why it's really famous all over this area. And many tourists are coming to visit it and to see it. And then the third protagonist is Bosco di Cuturi, which is a centenary kind of forest with really big trees, and you feel like to be in the past, because it's really unusual to be in a forest so big with these huge trees of centuries of age.
All right, let's taste these wines. Let's taste the wines.
Yeah. So
which one should we start?
We should start from Kidro, the DOC of 2019. This is a bit lighter compared to the Monte Diavoli because we decided to age it, to vinify in steel tanks, and then to age it in tonneau for 1 year, and more or less more than 12 months, about 16 months. And then the rest we age it in bottle. So it's a 19, and it's the first time we present it, so I'm really proud of it.
So this is the first vintage you're putting...
Yeah, first vintage with the DOC. I mean, Monte Diavoli is also DOC and is 17, but the first bottle of Kidro is this one, so the 19.
So I have a question for you. Maybe you can answer it afterwards. But they're both Primitivo di Manduria. Why do they have two different names? May I see it?
Yes. The difference is in the aging of the wines, and also in the selection we made in the fields, because we have mainly clay all over, but some parcels also have different color of clay. So we have red clay, white clay. So we decided to play and understand what was coming from the white clay, and this one, the Kidro, is coming from the red clay, and the Monte Diavoli from the white one.
This is Kidro.
Yeah.
And it says here, between myth and legend, Kidro runs through the slopes of the Masseria. With its pure waters, satisfies the mouth of an extinct volcano and dives into the sea. So there was a volcano here?
Yeah. No, not Monte Diavoli wasn't a volcanic peak, but this area there is a volcano near to the water, to the sea, and is where the river is coming from before to go to the sea, to enter in the sea.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, for fascinating videos covering Stevie Kim and her travels across Italy and beyond, meeting winemakers, eating local food, and taking in the scenery. Now back to the show.
Okay, so let's taste the wines. So would you like to tell us a little bit about this wine in terms of the tasting notes?
Yes, the color is quite ruby, so let's say it's a really fresh and vibrant color, and in the mouth as well. In the perfume, you would probably find really red little fruit perfume, some strawberry. Even in the mouth, it's really yummy, fruity. It's like a juice of fruit. And the acidity is still high because we bottled it only a few months ago. So it needs to find the right balance. because it's still young. I mean, still a few months in a bottle. So,
is this vintage already sold on the market?
No, we are starting right now. That's why.
For 22.
Yeah. I'm really surprised because this freshness is still there, even if it's 19. So I'm really expecting really good results from this wine, because being in the bottle for a longer time, I'm sure it's gonna take the best results, showing off these fruity notes and the freshness I need to pair it with food. So what we are looking for in general is elegance, and you can imagine in Primitivo, which is a really tough and yummy wine with high alcohols and so on, it's really challenging. So for us, being here only since 2008 has been always. Every vintage is a way to learn and is a way to understand better what we could do to get elegance in a wine that is so strong and powerful.
Okay, great. So are we ready to try the
Monte Diavoli?
Monte Diavoli.
So in the Monte Diavoli, we decided to have.
And what's the vintage? I'm sorry,
2017. We decided to play with a different aging. So we aged wine in big barrel of 10 hectoliters. Is around 2,000 bottles, so it's a few quantity. And we decided to really trying to let the wine being dry, not too much fruity, but try to follow even the style of the soil that we found. So we understood immediately the difference between Chidro and Monte Diavoli about the difference in color of clay. And we saw that in the white clay, we were finding such.
The white clay is
the soils we use in
the Monte Diavoli.
Monte Diavoli.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what color is the soil from
Chidro. Red.
Okay.
Red clay.
And what are the main differences in terms of soil?
The main differences in the red clay, we would find much more fruitiness and freshness, and on the white clay, we found much more tannins, but in a fine way. So perfumes, but not only in fruity notes, but also some Mediterranean herbs, aromatic herbs, much more balsamic and spiced. So that's why we thought it could be interesting to divide these kind of wines and create two different DOC. Then in this one, as we thought it would be much more interesting to have a different aging, we decided to use a big barrel and try to age it much more, so at least 2 years and 1 year in bottle. What do you think? Completely different with Chidro, from Chidro.
And this also has more age, right? So, and it shows. It says Monte dei Diavoli has always dominated the entire estate with its 117 meters in height, so higher.
Yes.
Some people say that Messapi, how do you say that? Messapi kept a sacred fire there. Nice. So, and what is in terms of the production volume, what are they?
Volume is about 2,000 bottles for Monte Diavoli and 8,000 bottles for Chidro. We just started producing them, so I thought probably could increase them, the number of bottles, but step by step we should first of all understand them and know them much more and introduce in the market. So it's gonna probably take much more time to increase the number of bottles, even if we are producing some other bottles, for the IGT, so we still are work in progress for them too.
So what are, of course we love, Italian wine, but we love even food, of course, and Puglia is so enriched with local cuisine. What are some of your recommendations for pairing for Chidro, but also Monte Diavoli.
There are so many. I mean, here you could have many meat, food, and especially even some pasta. So I probably recommend some orecchiette with cime di rapa for Chidro, for example. So it's not really a daily wine, but could be. So probably a really tasty pasta, and especially even for vegetarians that only could pair it with this kind of food. And for Monte Diavoli, I would say something much more tasty, so capocollo or with some meat. So here Primitivo usually is paired with costolette di agnello. I don't know how to say in English.
Lamb chops.
Lamb chops. Thank you, Stevie.
Yeah, because also this, I thought I felt a lot more alcohol, but it does have a lot more alcohol on this one, right? It's 16.5 as versus 14.5. So this definitely has more structure, more alcohol, more body.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
This is a little bit more...
Yeah, it's our top level wine, so kind of a reserva. And so we wanted to play and test this kind of intensity and complexity. But you would find in wine not too much sugar on it. So you would find a dry wine, an elegant wine that could be paired with meat, but even with other things. So the freshness and the acidity for us is really important to pair with food.
Okay, great. So I think I'm going to close here in terms of the tasting of the two wines. Make sure you tune in to the other episode where we talk about Masseria Cuturi in general, and of course with our hostess with the mostest, Camilla Rossi-Chauvenet, who is also the wine producer from Veneto, Verona, in particularly called Massimago. So tune in. Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao. Ciao.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Italian Wine Podcast, brought to you by Vinitaly Academy, home of the gold standard of Italian wine education. Do you want to be the next ambassador? Apply online at vinitalyinternational.com for courses in London, Austria, and Hong Kong, the 27th to the 29th of July. Remember to subscribe and like Italian Wine Podcast, and catch us on SoundCloud, Spotify, and wherever you get your pods. You can also find our entire back catalog of episodes at italianwinepodcast.com.
Hi guys, I'm Joy Livingston and I am the producer of the Italian Wine Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are the only wine podcast that has been doing a daily show since the pandemic began. This is a labor of love and we are committed to bringing you free content every day. Of course, this takes time and effort, not to mention the cost of equipment, production, and editing. We would be grateful for your donations, suggestions, requests, and ideas. For more information on how to get in touch, go to italianwinepodcast.com.